What's up, headbangers? And whoa, is this definitely something for you, the metalhead, the music psychopath, and the bands? Because point blank, this is huge, and I'm not even going to say it's just potentially big, because the wheels on this crazy train are already in motion. And just so you know, too, before hitting record, I went high and low on YouTube to see if anybody else brought this up yet. Mind-blowingly, other than the entity itself, let's just call it that for right now, nobody has. So I'm claiming this is an exclusive. Here goes. For the past 15 years, we've all heard the complaints from bands getting brutally robbed by the streaming services. Straight up, they're not getting their fair share of the money they're owed, and they suffer. That obviously sucks for the bands, but it sucks for us too, because without the financial support, look, you know the story already. It's extremely hard for the artists to survive in a healthy way when they're not getting paid for the music. It's hard to stay motivated, bring the show on the road, or make cool merch. All that. And yeah, there's ways to support aside from just streaming the music. You can join their Patreons or sign up on their website for exclusive content, stuff like that, which does bring in some cash. But let's be honest, how many times have you wanted to help, but in that moment it's just too much of a pain in the ass to grab your wallet, take out your debit card if they don't do PayPal, fill out some kind of new registration, look for the confirm email, new login, password, etc., etc. And no, I'm not talking about another crowdfunding thing here. Would all these issues not just be solved if the band were getting their fair cut in the first place? Well, the sad reality is they can't, because of Finn McKenty explains it really well, so I'll link it below, but something to do with some kind of pool payout on Spotify and Apple where the major percentage only goes to the Taylor Swifts or the BTSs, which leaves nothing for the leather lungs or the blood of the wolves of the world, so that sucks. But now enter Alex Landenburg. You know him from Kamelot and Mekong Delta, but also Cyhra and being on the road with Stratovarius and Timo's band, etc. And Peter Moog of German heavy metal melody, the Mentalist. That's right, musicians to save the day, not a bunch of suits, not Jimmy Wing from Palatine Records, but to bring you and the band an enough's enough style fix where, imagine this, yeah, it's cool for a band to get paid royalties from streaming, but not when it's only a millifraction of a penny. But what if it was the same payout as Taylor or Elton? Again, cool, but metal's not for the same masses, so the checks aren't going to be nearly as big, but they're about to be a hell of a lot bigger than before, at least. However, since man cannot live on streaming revenue alone, what if on top of that, 10% of the monthly subscription to the service went to where it should go? Not a board of directors, not to these megastars that were already set for life a decade ago, but a band of your choice. Considering how different it is at the moment, that is industry changing. Can you, Mr. Six Stringer, imagine how much more your band could do after a year of getting paid way more? Can you, Mr. Tartarus Horde fan, imagine what it'd be like to have a choice between 3 long sleeves or something real disgusting and offensive printed on the back? So metalheads, thrashaholics, grind freaks, black and death metal maniacs, raise those horns high in the air and welcome to the world stage. Rock, the first and only streaming platform that will not be cross-financing payouts for a few mainstream artists with unbelievably high numbers of streams or advertised for orthopedic shoes, so it only results in double to 3 times higher the royalties as well as 10% of your monthly subscription to a band of your choice. Or you don't have to choose a band at all, you can do that too. And Rock, unapologetically and proudly, is open about the fact that it is geared aggressively toward heavy metal, but anyone else from any other genre is welcome too. Industrial, neo-folk, synthwave, what's up Jesse from Storm Ruler, shoegaze, whatever, they're all welcomed on the platform with arms wide open. All you do as the consumer is sign up, pick a band to support, and enjoy your listening experience. Same way you would with Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Tidal, whatever. The only difference is instead of your money going to Taylor Swift or somebody else you'd never in a million years want to give money to, it goes to the bands you love. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little skeptical at first, because my initial reserve was there's going to be nobody on this thing. So you know what I did? I emailed what I thought was support, but nope, it was Alex himself who responded. And he told me they already got deals with 3 of the majors, Sony, Warner, and Universal. Wow, that's digging deep into metal culture, huh? Well, to start, those agreements include all the sub-labels. So for example, Metal Blade, Century Media, Music for Nations, etc. Not to mention all the fiercely independent bands who just put stuff out on their own without any label whatsoever. But I should note, and this is a major credit to Rock's full transparency to the artists when it comes to their paychecks. With respect to that 10% payout, the language, only because because some bands may already have some kind of weird agreement with their label if they got one, but the language reads up to 10%, just in case some kind of contract out of Rock's control exists between the band and the label. But really, I seriously doubt the 20-buck spins and dark descents of the world are gonna tell Torture Rack or Spectral Voice like, nope, we own your music and we alone decide where it's sold and how much we give you for it. I'm thinking Torture Rack and Spectral Voice are gonna be able to collect all of what they're rightfully owed, give it a new pay model like this. In order to see just how disruptive this can be to the music industry and what an actual impact it can have, just think for a second what music would be like when your favorite bands will finally have the means to exist, the same way Slayer did in the beginning, or Maiden in the early days. And look, we as metalheads all say it. Hell, I've said it on this very channel. Yeah, metal doesn't need big money to survive. But would it not be that much cooler if it did have it? That means more albums, cooler videos, more tour dates, probably better footage on the road, any of that. It's a win-win any way you look at it, and I'm sorry, man, but it's time. No disrespect to the Taylors or the Biebers of the world, God bless them, but I'm sick of getting bummed out every time I read about some band I love announcing a tour that ain't coming nowhere near where I live. Not because they don't want to visit, but because they can't. I'm sick of knowing that when their set finishes, they pile back into some dangerous band that stands the same chance of breaking down that night as the sun coming up the next morning. And what's really assuring about all this is that I don't even need to say something like, it's up to us. Because like I said, Alex already told me there's volumes of stuff ready to go on day one, and it's only gonna get bigger, fast. And speaking of, Rock goes live in just a few weeks. It goes live first in Europe and a bunch of other territories, and then it'll be in the States shortly afterward. And though they've reached their goal to cover all the startup basics, if you want to throw them a couple bones, they got an Indiegogo thing which I'll link below, and there's more information about the platform there. And you know what else? Yeah, I just decided this very second, I got a Doom project I've been working on for a little while, and a black metal project called Medieval Count that I did for somebody special. What's up, Alyssa? I'm putting that stuff up on Rock. It's already everywhere else. Hell, why shouldn't it be here? Or there, I should say. This is not some sort of a paid advertisement. Alright, metalheads, that's it. Eternal hails and thanks to my good buddy over in Turkey, James from the Friendly Men, for tipping me off about this. I am excited. If you liked the video, maybe you can give it a thumbs up, or if you just like hearing somebody spew about metal, do the toxic waltz right into that subscribe button. We'll see you next time on Concrete Spew, but until then, stay heavy metal, my friends.